Hey, this is RJ May, and you're watching Mr. Mario 2011.
Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and this is the first time I've actually commentated while looking at gameplay footage in quite a while. I used to do this all the time, but normally I just record the audio separately in Audacity. But if you're looking at the footage now, yes, this is captured from my Game Capture HD. This is Flower for the PS4 right now, and this game is in 1080p 60 frames a second, and I wanted to do this video just talking about, the new update going over to 60 frames a second, and, showing you all the difference that it does make. So, first off, if you are watching this at this moment in time, I'm hoping more support comes out, but at this moment in time, only Safari, Internet Explorer, and Chrome work with HD60. And by that, I mean, if you go down into, at the bottom of the video, like the bottom right of the video, and you hit the options button, and this might also affect you if you're watching in standard definition right now. If you hit that options button, and you select the resolution, if you're watching this in anything lower than 720, you're watching it in 30 frames a second. However, if it is compatible with 60 frames, you can pick either 720p 60 or 1080p 60. And I'm sure some people might be watching it in 30 frames, and then, all of a sudden now, because I said that, they're going to change it to an HD version, and they're just going to see the difference right there. Now, being in 60 frames a second, it's not going to improve the video quality itself or anything. Some people think that it makes the video look better in terms of quality, less pixelation, anything like that. No. What it does is it just makes it look a lot smoother and a lot more fluid. So if you're coming from other videos that are for 30 frames a second and you're watching this that is in 60, your eyes might tickle a little bit. They might feel a little weird. It might even give you an illusion that it just looks cleaner, it looks more fluid. And while the fluid thing is not an illusion, the cleaner thing it is. The video quality, it is the same. If anything, it might have diminished a little bit. But no, just having that extra frame rate really does make it look more fluid. So it might not be as noticeable in a game like Flower, like this, for example, but if you go and you watch somebody play Call of Duty, for example, a real fast-paced Twitch shooter that runs at 60 frames a second, oh my god. I saw some Call of Duty footage, and I'll put it like this. I saw some Call of Duty footage on someone's channel the other day, and I wanted to play Call of Duty after watching that for about a minute. Like, I looked, I'm like, oh my god, why do I want to play Call of Duty? This looks, oh my god, no, it's because of the frame rate. Now, some people might be wondering, how to record in 60 frames a second, anything like that. Well, with that, you're going to need a decent computer because pretty much any other capture card device, if you're recording from a console, records at 30 frames a second. The Game Capture HD60, which I just unboxed and I used to produce this footage right here, and the AverMedia Extreme Cap U3 record at 60 frames a second. However, the AverMedia has really low reviews. Like, it's just, I've heard very bad things about it, so I wouldn't recommend it. Now, fun fact, I don't know about this with the Elgato, the original one, but I know, like, with the original HD PVR, for example, that recorded in 720p, but it recorded in 60 frames a second. So, the video looked quite fluid on there. However, I was wanting 1080p. I'm sure other people want 1080p to record in, but if you have an older HD PVR or anything like that, you might want to check your PVR settings and see, are you really recording, you're recording in 720, but are you recording in 30 frames or 60 frames? So that's the first step to it. But, I mean, first off, well, second, I guess, if you're on PC, you can get pretty much any program and set to record at 60 frames a second. That's easy enough. If you're, oh my god, if you're gaming only on PC and this just happened to you on YouTube, you're golden. All you have to do is go into your little program and say, okay, you're recording at 30, record at 60, and you're good to go. You might need to upgrade some hardware and all that because you're going to be pushing it a little bit more, but hey, not really that big of a deal. Now, these videos do take longer to render out. They are going to take up more space, everything like that, and some people might be wondering, is it really worth having that jump to 60 frames a second? Personally, I saw the need to upgrade for the good of the channel and everything. Now, I'm not saying it's required, but I did say this in my unboxing video. Remember years ago when, like, this is like the Modern Warfare 2 era, when having a dazzle was all the rage? Those things that recorded in 480p. Then YouTube HD came along, so 720 came out, and the HD PVR came out. The HD PVR recorded, as I said, in 720p through composite mode, and people were saying, some people jumped on the bandwagon and they bought the HD PVR and they started recording in HD. Others said, oh, not that many people even watch in HD yet, it's fine. Because, I mean, in 2009, man, I didn't even have, I had an HD TV. No, at the end of 2009, the very end, like December. But before that, I was rocking like a tube TV, and I mean, we still had some tube monitors and all that. Now, aside from that, then after that, you know, 720p became a standard. Now that's pretty much a standard. Upload minimum 720p, right? 1080p came along. The Elgato came out, and I was one of the people. I just bought the damn HD PVR, and I'm like, no, I don't want to spend another $200. I just bought this thing less than a year ago. But it was funny. I was actually talking with Johnny Guns. He was the one who got the HD PVR, and he kept telling me, not the PVR, the Elgato, and he kept telling me about all the awesome features that it had, and I'm just like, damn it, okay, fine, okay, I guess I'll get it. But also my PVR was breaking down and everything, so that started recording, you know, that brought in the new 1080p thing. But then, you know, there were a lot of people, and for a while, I just recorded in 720, because for a while, a lot of people were saying, oh, most people don't even watch in 1080p. As long as you're in 720, you're golden, that's HD. Now, I feel like a lot more people, they're watching in 1080, and, you know, there's 1440, there's 2K, there's 4K available on YouTube, there's higher resolutions. But the next big thing, especially in gaming, is this 60 frames a second jump. So there's a lot of people who are going to be on 30 frames a second, and they'll say, oh, well, you know, most people still record in 30 frames a second, it's fine, most people aren't going to care. You know, I can see that, but judging from, you know, just like past occurrences and all that, and especially since 60 frames a second has been such a goal to strive for this generation, and, you know, it's been the goal in PC gaming for so long and even higher, like, 60 frames is here to stay, man. And, in a year from now, we're going to see a lot more 60 frames a second capture cards coming out, and it's going to be a thing. Anyways, with the game change here, now I am playing, what was it? Infamous First Light, that was it. Infamous First Light, it doesn't stay locked at 60 frames, but it does play at 60 frames. It has a higher frame rate than 30 frames a second, that's all I know, but game looks very, it looks very good, it's very fluid, very fun game to play, and I picked, you know, an action-y type game right here that I wanted to show you all, so as you can see, this kind of just, me running through it and all, I was just trying to play around, get some footage just to show everything. And also, if anybody is annoyed with my talking or anything like that, well, I apologize. But the reason why I'm also talking over all this gameplay here is due to the fact that, you know, I thought of just, you know, doing a little bit of an intro and then cutting to some music and just playing the gameplay here with the music. But after, you know, testing the waters a decent amount on my channel, I've kind of learned, and I'm really happy about it. I love you all, but I've learned that viewers normally don't like that. At least on my channel, they're really not a fan of when I just talk for a little bit and cut to music, or when I only do music. They might like the song, but a lot of people would prefer to have me talk over the footage, so I appreciate that. I thank you all. And, you know, I don't have to go look for a ton of music and all that fits and all that, but that's a whole nother topic and everything. But yeah, I mean, this gameplay is going to be wrapping up here quite soon. I haven't done a commentary like this in a while. Like, normally, I'm talking about, you know, a topic of some kind, so it doesn't even matter what's going on screen, but I haven't talked about gameplay in so long. Oh my god, it feels like a foreign concept to me. It's funny. But yeah, next up, it's the last game here, but Forza, excuse me if I could say it right, Forza Horizon 2. Now, some people might be sitting there and wondering, Mario, why are you showing Forza Horizon 2? This game is locked at 30 frames a second. I know, it's locked at 30 frames a second. And this is actually one thing that some people are going to ask in the comments section. They're going to say, if you record a game, or they're going to ask, if you record a game at 60 frames a second and it's locked at 30 frames a second, how does it look? Well, I'm showing you all right here. This is a 60 frames a second footage, and it looks the exact same as you do when you play it. That's another thing, actually, because there's so many games that are just 30 frames a second on this generation or 60. Depending on the game, I'm going to have to go in and pretty much adjust my settings. And by adjust my settings, I just literally, in the Elgato program, you can hit one of the settings buttons, and then there's like an enable 60 frames a second feature, and you can just tick or untick that. I'll just untick it for games like this. Now the footage just cut, and what you're watching right now is another recording, and this recording right here is in 30 frames a second. As you can see, it looks the exact same, so it doesn't benefit to record in 60 frames a second if the game is running at 30, as you all can see. But yeah, that was another question I had. They asked, people asked, can I buy the HD60 and record at 30 frames? The answer is yes, you can. You just go into the options, just untick, enable 60 frames a second, and you could record like that. Anyways, that's really all I have to say about it. So hope you all enjoyed the footage, hope you all enjoyed the gameplay, all that good stuff, and hope this answered some of your questions that you might have over 60 frames a second. So pretty much in short, coming to this channel, if the game is available in 60 frames a second, you're going to see it in 60 frames a second. If it's available in 30, you're going to see it in 30. That's how it works. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thank you for watching, everyone.